Hi, thanks for joining me. My name is Patty. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live today on YouTube to show you how to make this pretty Christmas card. Actually, we're going to change up the paper and the colors. Well, we'll use cherry cobbler, but we'll use a little bit different layers and things like that. So I hope you join along with me. I'm using the Encircled with Warmth stamp set, and this coordinates with the Encircled in Beauty dies. There's another stamp set in the main catalog called Encircled with Friendship that goes as a bundle with this, but then the mini catalog came out with this great Encircled in Warmth stamp set. So it has some great Christmas holiday kind of seasonal stamps. So I'm hoping that I can see this. I've not done this before, so just bear with me. I don't know that I can see comments. Well, I won't be commenting during the live. I have to figure this all out. So I hope if you join me, you'll just be patient with me. So anyway, let's make this card using this beautiful glimmer foil paper. So this is, you get 2 sheets of this. It's really gorgeous, and I figured I would cut this wreath. Now let me show you the wreath. So there's two sets of dies, or 2 kind of pages of dies, and I'm using this set, and it actually has the intricate piece and then the piece that cuts the whole thing out. So we're going to line that up. Before I do that, though, I want to back this with my adhesive sheets. So you can get these adhesive sheets. You get a whole pack of them, and they're 6 by 12, and you get 12 sheets of them. And they make stickers, so it's sticky on both sides. So you'll see there's a line, and I want to put it on the back of this, and you'll see how it works. It just makes it easier to adhere this. And actually, this is the piece that's sticky. It's kind of deceiving to me. I would have thought the other piece would be sticky. So we'll put this down, and then this is kind of like waxy, and then we'll take this one off. So I cut my gold glimmer paper at 4 by 4. I measured the die to see what would fit, and then I cut this just a little bit smaller. So then we can cut this out, and when we peel off the back, we'll have a sticker. So I want to put this down, and I'm actually going to do this a little backwards. So sometimes when I have an intricate die, I like to have it go upside down because I feel like it cuts better somehow. I'm not sure the science behind it, but I find that if it's really intricate, sometimes it's better, instead of going through this way, to flip it over. So first I want to just get it all placed the way I want it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Post-it note, get it right where I want it, just to secure it. And then I'll put one over here. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing down. And I keep like a top plate that's not cut too much, and then I have a bottom plate. So I'm going to put this way, and I will feed it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we'll put this down. We're going to put our 2 plate, our cutting glass plate, our sheet, and our top plate. And you don't have to have like a separate top plate. I just like to do that. I think that it works better. And I want to run this through twice. So I'm going to run it through, and then I'm going to come back and run it through. So I hope this is working. I'm completely blind. I thought I could see this on my laptop, but I'm not seeing anything, so I'm hoping I'm live. It says I'm live. If you're leaving comments, I don't see them. So let's take this over here, and I'll use this right here, and I'm just going to, and I've already done one, so we're not going to go through all of it. I did find there were a lot of pieces that you really had to kind of work on to get them out. But running it through twice should help. So I'm just using my little brush thing here on my Take Your Pick tool. And there are some pieces you can just poke them through. But I've already done one, so we'll put this aside so you don't have to bother watching me do that. So I have one done. I've already backed it, and I am going to use the Cherry Cobbler card base, and I want to add a little bit of gold to it. So I'm using this. Now this is a piece, this is 5 1/4 or 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut out the middle. I just used, you could use anything, but I used my stitched rectangle dies just to cut out the middle so I can use this instead of just wasting it all behind. You just want to leave a good border around it. And then I have my white piece, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And I have this. And this card I have, I used the hammered metal embossing folder, and I have it as a horizontal or portrait card. This way I'm going to use as, horizontal or landscape card. This will be a portrait card, and I'm going to use a little bit of different embossing, and I'm putting a bow on the bottom. So I'm making a little bit different. Let's get this stamped and cut out. So I am using the Warm Christmas Wishes again. I love this. I thought it was really pretty. I will do it in Cherry Cobbler ink. You could also emboss this in gold. That would be a good way to do it as well. So I'm just going to ink it up, put it right in the center, and then we want to cut this out with one of the layering circle dies. So this one is, let's see, it's not a scalped one, but it's 1, 2, so it's the 4th one from the top, but all I did was try to figure out which one fit around it good and fit in here. So no no hard science there, just a quick look at it. So let's put this down, and I see I have some stuff on my top plate. Let me just get that off. I have some, I actually cut into the top plate. I think I did that backwards before. So here we go. No big deal. So that looks good. We're just going to run it through. And I'm going to leave this out here because we want to do our embossing now as well. So let's just pull this out. And I have my Warm Christmas Wishes. So we'll put that aside. And let's take these off. I'm going to emboss this with the, let me just find it. I thought I had it out, the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. And I'm not seeing it. Here it is. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. I have to clean off my desk. So I'm using the Tasteful Textiles. I love this embossing folder. It just gives a little bit of texture to whatever you put through it. So actually, let me do it this way. There is a line on the bottom to help line it up, but it's not necessary on an embossing folder like this because it's just really texture. So I'm just using the base plate, my embossing folder, and this is a specialty plate, and it's the gray plate, and it's meant for 3D embossing folders. So if you have a regular one, you don't need it, but if you have a 3D, you want to use it. So then you can see there's just texture, just to add a little bit of interest to your card. So I think we're done with this machine. I love this machine. So let's put that aside and let's pull our pieces out. So we want to put this together, put everything down. I'm not doing the ribbon across it. I'm just doing a bow on the bottom. So it's almost like a wreath. So let's just put this down with some liquid glue. So we'll just put a little bit of liquid glue on here, and I'm not gonna go too far out because I don't want it to show. It is a vellum, so you don't want the glue to show through it. So we want to make sure it's behind the white layer. So we'll put this down. I have my inside layer poking through. I always do that so I don't get it confused with what I'm doing, and then it causes a little bit of confusion. How's that? I do it so I don't get confused, and I get confused. So let's put this down. And you can do either side. I'm doing the side that's kind of popping out is what I'm using. And I like to use the liquid glue on embossed layers. It just gives it, you get really good coverage on it, I should say. Because there's some, you know, high and low parts. So that's that. And then we want to put this on and this. So I have that sticky layer behind it. So I'm just going to use my take your pick tool, and I'm just going to pull it apart. So now this whole thing is a sticker. It's really nice when you're doing something that's very delicate and there's not a lot of room to put your glue. So let's put this up a little bit so we have room for the bow, and we'll just put it down, stick it to my fingers. And I like to take a block, I think I have a block out, just to kind of hold it down. And we'll put some dimensionals on the back of this. Let's get my dimensionals out so it pops up a little bit. I can't believe it's almost October already. This is crazy. So I do want to mention, I know I've had it, I don't know if you follow me on my Facebook page or my blog or anything, but tomorrow is the last day of Celebration. So Celebration is a great way to get free product. There's a Celebration brochure, and you can get it at the online version at my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and you can see if you spend 50 or 100 in product, you can get a free product. So it's really nice. And then the other thing is there's a signing, kind of, not a signing bonus, but if you buy the starter kit to become a demonstrator, you can get a free bundle from the mini catalog, and that is such a great deal. The whole deal is great. I mean, for $99, you get $125 in free product, and then on top of that, you get a free bundle, and you get free shipping on that order, and then all your orders after that are 20% off. And you really don't have to do it as a business. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to join, I don't want to sell and do classes and do videos. I just like to make cards, and that's fine. Most of the demonstrators are what they call hobby demonstrators. They do it to get their own discount, and they don't do any classes. Maybe you have a friend who buys from you. However that works for you, and you get to join a great group. My upline, Wendy, is fantastic, and she always has like prize patrols, and I'm building my team to be able to do things like that, more of it. We have a little bit of it going on, but you have access to my group and her group, which is really fantastic. Look at how pretty that is. I love this ribbon. So this is this gold, what is it called? Cherry Cobbler and gold ribbon, and I just think it's so pretty. So you've got the gold here and the gold in the ribbon and the gold background. It's just a different take on this card, and I really love it. So if you're interested, if you want to just understand it more, email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com. I'd love to talk to you about it. There's really nothing to lose, to be honest. You get all this great stuff, and there's no risk in it, I'll say. So it's pretty cool. I love the group that I'm in. I'm in there every day on Facebook. We share a lot. Everybody's posting their projects and giving tips, and it's really wonderful. So then I want to do the inside. So the inside of this, I have the wishing you love, joy, and happiness this coming year, which I love that sentiment. So we are going to use it again, and I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler, and then we'll use some greenery. So you can do, you know, whatever you want on the inside. I'll show you the stamp set I used. So this is the stamp set the Encircled with Warmth, so that's where this came from. And I just love all of these. Let It Snow, that's really cute. You could do that with some snowmen. So we'll just line this up. And then I'll show you the stamp set I'm going to use. So this Merriest of Moments, this has some really nice greenery. So this is pretty, and that's what I used on this card. I did that in Just Jade. And I'll have all the instructions for both cards on my blog, and I'll have links where you can purchase the products for both cards if you like one over the other. And we're going to use the holly and the berries. So the holly, I'll use Evening Evergreen. I have sticky. And I'll just do a couple of holly leaves. And I love the way these stamp, and I should have a paper underneath it. And then we'll do some berries. Maybe I'll do another holly leaf. Let me just grab a piece of scrap to put underneath it, just so I can catch the edge. I have somebody pounding in my backyard. I don't know what they're doing. I had a couple of different people here. My mom lives next door, and she had her bug guy, pest control, come spray. My guys came, and my dog went nuts because they really come right around the perimeter of the house. And I was like, what is going on here today? So I'm going to do actually a smaller one up top. So I'll just do 2 of these. So this has, I used the medium one here, and this one is the smaller one. So I'm just going to do 2 of them. Maybe I'll do 3. 3 is a good number. And then I'll do the berries up there as well. There you go. Easy, easy. So this is pretty much the card. Let me just put this down. I'm going to use, I think I'll use some Stampin' Seal on this one. I love the Stampin' Seal. I love the liquid glue if you're doing something very tight. But on the inside, I like to use the Stampin' Seal. Isn't that pretty? I love that sentiment. I love the way it's got the type and then this kind of open script. Very pretty. So these are the 2 cards. I hope I'm live, and I hope you enjoyed this, the replay or seeing it live. And if you want to follow me, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can go to my blog, pspapercrafts.com. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye.